Welcome back, guys, for another Alchemy Stars video. If you haven't already considered subscribing, then please do. And we'll be right back after the intro. So, we had a drop of information. We had Smokey's infographic drop, which kind of gives us a breakdown of her talents and what we're looking to expect. I was really surprised. I was not expecting another teleporter, coming from the fact that we just had Genevieve's skills drop. I was not expecting a second teleporter unit being brought into fire. It's kind of weird, but hey, that's what we've got. So, she is a fire attribute. We don't know what her second attribute will be at the moment, but we know that she is a converter class. Now, we have an active skill called Steaming Hot, which allows us to teleport to any tile within 2 surrounding clusters, dealing 350% damage to 2 surrounding clusters of the target location, and resets all non-tiles within the area of attack. So, from the infographic that I've made and put up, I've highlighted in green basically her teleport location. It's a lot stronger than Genevieve's teleport location. We don't know the cooldown on this one, so if it's a high cooldown, maybe Genevieve will actually be better because it's on a lower cooldown, but we don't know yet. And the idea with this is that the reason why it's stronger than Genevieve's is that we're not relying on a 3x2 tile where we can basically teleport to any tile that we want. So you can restart your starting position whenever. I assume one of the breakthroughs on this is going to be a preemptive, and if that is the case, it'll probably definitely be needed, so you can reposition yourself right at the start of a battle. She does quite big damage, 350% damage to 2 surrounding clusters, which means that she's going to do quite a bit of damage against a boss and anything else that's in that 2 surrounding cluster area. So high damage dealer compared to, roughly, I think it's the same damage as Genevieve. If Genevieve hits off her ability twice, it may be around the same amount of damage, but we'd have to see. It depends on base stats and such. Probably not, because 6 stars tend to have better base stats than 5 stars. Her chain combo is Blazing Inferno. It's a 4 chain, so not the lowest one, but not the highest one, so it's not too bad. It does 150% damage to 12 tiles in a diamond shape. 9 does 160% damage to 16 tiles in a splatter shape. And 12 chain deals 160% damage, so no damage increase from 9 to 12, but it allows you to sort of remove that splatter shape and bring it into a 2 surrounding cluster damage, so it's not bad at all. Again, really good for taking out minions that are close together, and probably going to be really good for doing some damage to a boss. But you have to remember, this isn't going to be your main character. You're still going to be running like Cinsa, Sharon, things like that as your main character. This is sitting in a converter spot. So she has a lot of damage at the moment coming out just as a converter. And for me, she's fighting for that spot where I don't think I want Faust. Like, problem with Faust at the moment for me is that sometimes the fear screws you over, whereas this removes that, and there's no RNG for her really. It's all basically guaranteed to happen, which I'm really looking forward to. Her equipment skill is called Manticore Flames. Smokey triggers Manticore Kiss each time she attacks an enemy with an active skill or a chain combo, or the first time she hits them with a basic attack each round. So, if you use your active and then you hit with a chain combo, and then of course the basic attack, you can actually get this off 3 times. Now, there's a bit of a difference in how it works. Basic attack, so it deals additional defense ignoring damage equal to 100% of her attack, which means to get the most out of her, it is a character that you'd want to max out the equipment, because you get that additional attack stat from maxing out the equipment. It's a character that you definitely want to try and push up past level 80, up to level 80 at some point, because of the additional stats. So every time you increase this character, you're going to be increasing the equipment skill. So it's definitely a character that you can invest fully into, and always see a return on it. Now, the effect decreases when triggered repeatedly, down to a minimum of 20% of its initial damage. I don't know if that's going to be 100, 80, I assume so. It'll be like 100%, 80%, 60%, 40%, down to 20%. And the reason being is, like, if you hit them with an active, that's first thing, so you teleport, boom, that's going to trigger that Manticore Flames and do 100% additional defense ignoring damage, right? But then say if you chain comboed around them afterwards, it won't do 100%, it'll probably do 80. And then of course the basic attack will hit them, which instead of doing 80 will do 60, depending on like in what order that goes into. So it's pretty strong. I mean, she's getting that additional attack off. Everything that you do gives that additional attack. Even in a basic auto attack is going to get that additional attack off. So she's, I mean, come on. She's got really good utility with that teleport, right? She can reset all non-tiles, which is great for certain bosses and stuff. Her chain combo is okay. Her equipment skill is pretty, I'm not going to lie, I'm loving this equipment skill. The fact that they can trigger off 3 different things, yeah, it gets nerfed as you do it, but that's still an additional attack every time. It doesn't matter if it's 20% reduction. It's always going to be an additional attack. That's pretty gnarly, to be honest. Right, we're going to look at the synergies. Now, the synergies that I've come up with are pretty much similar to the synergies that I had in my other for Genevieve, because she is very similar in a sense to me to Genevieve. Alice is there just for the heals and the damage protection, but doesn't really necessarily. I just like Alice. I think she fits in with a lot of fire teams. Jonah, definitely there because, like I said, reduction of chain combos allows you to get off her chain combo earlier, so rather than being a 4 combo, it's a 2 combo, for example. You know, you definitely get more damage off that and then pick up on her equipment skill because of it. Istvan, again, if you do your active skill, do that massive damage and then get that 100% attack off, and then you do your chain combo, you're going to get your 80% off on the chain combo. You're going to get your 60% damage one off of your basic attack, and then you're going to get your additional, I think it'll be about 40%, depending on how it works, but I think it'll be 40% on the additional chain combo, if that's how that works. I'm not entirely sure, but in theory, that's how, in my brain, that should work. I picked up Icy as well, and the reason being is if you teleport to a location, they can work very well in conjunction with each other. Because if you teleport to an area where Icy can change those tiles, then you can sort of chain combo a lot easier if you're combining with Icy. Now, a lot of people have been talking about whether or not she's a replacement for Uriel, because Uriel is another 6-star character that has the ability to reset tiles. Now, I feel like both of these characters have places to be and uses for them, and whether or not you'll be replacing them. I think Smokey herself offers more utility based on that teleport. Now, the difference being as she does reset the tiles to within a certain area, but she doesn't generate any fire tiles. Whereas Uriel has a chance to generate fire tiles. Now, chain combo wise, they're okay. I mean, chain combos are chain combos basically, but I think the fact is that Uriel offers burn, which could, in fact, increases the damage of your entire team, but her equipment skill is reliant on the fact that they have to be on a fire tile, and it's not great. Like, I don't know. Uriel was good. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like Smokey is considerably better than Uriel. Unless you're looking for someone that can actively change tiles for the whole map and then I think she can do that. I'm not sure. I'm not going to say that. But she can change tiles and generate red tiles. Whereas Smokey seems to be a more damage-orientated teleporter with that. She just has so much more utility to me than Uriel does. So I can 100% think, I don't have Uriel myself, but I definitely won't think about picking Uriel up if I have a Smokey in my team, and I think that's as good as it's ever going to get, to be honest. But if I'm going to put down a rating for Smokey on paper before she comes out, I think this character has a potential of being like 8, 9 out of 10. Like, pretty much like top of the crop when it comes to really good characters. That does active skill for teleportation and resetting tiles is great. That equipment for extra damage is really good as well. She's got lots of synergies with different teams. So I'm definitely going to be pulling for her and hoping to get her. We'll have to wait and see, won't we? And we'll have to see what those breakthroughs are, because if those breakthroughs are like preemptive, and I'm hoping if that last breakthrough basically removes the reduction from her equipment skill, good God, she's going to be broken. But we'll wait and see. And that's about it for Smokey, guys. Until next time, bye bye.